Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do part 2 of the Romantic Country coloring book by Eriy. We're working on this page here. Get that tucked under. So part 1 we did the painting in the background and we colored the trees, didn't like them, and then I painted those. And I did the kitty cat and added in some yellows for the moon, which I'm going to change the moon also. So I have to find the black paint. I'm going to get rid of that little yellow tiny fingernail type moon. And I'm going to get out a paint brush here. Just going to use this cheap wide brush paintbrush, and I'm just going to paint that out. I'm going to add in a different kind of moon just because I can. Boom, it's gone. Somebody had asked me how I get this so smooth, and if you notice how far I went out covering that moon is the only reason I get a smoother finish. Is I'll put it down and then I just feather it and feather it and feather it until it's almost a dry wash out here on the other areas. I don't try to leave, and while I'm here I'll go over here too. I try not to leave any blob looks, and when I use the tiny brush I'll do the same thing. Is I'll put a dab down and then just brush that dab completely out. Oops, we're going to drop everything, which is always fun. Wonder how long I can let that sit there wet. Hold on a minute. Okay, I couldn't just let it sit here on my desk, so I had to go wash it out. Anyway, that's what I do. Is I'll put down some paint that I got all over my fingernail. I don't know if you need to see that the whole time. Big black blob. Anyway, put the paint down and then brush it, dry brush it out into other areas, just very softly. Okay, I pulled out some pencils to do the flowers and the leaves on the outside circle. I'll also do a little bit of work on the inside of the blanket here, just to keep the colors kind of uniform. Okay, so I pulled out polychromos to do this with. I pulled out the red, violet, caput mortem, light flesh, and medium flesh. They'll have different names probably if you have a newer set, the last two. I'll probably be a salmon and something else. I can't remember the name changes. I also pulled out a chromium green opaque, a light green, and a chrome oxide green for the leaves. So we're going to start off with, it doesn't really make any difference. I can do a couple leaves first. So we're going to go with the lightest color. I started some down at the bottom, so we'll go up here at the top. Our moon is going to be in this area here, so our lightest part is going to be on this side of these little guys. So we'll just go around. I don't know if these are leaves or buds, but I'm going to make them leaves. And touch all the sides that are going to be facing the moon with the light green color. And we got a lot of leaves here, so we'll just go around them all. And then we get into teeny tiny leaves. and then even teenier, tinier leaves when we get down into, say, the little leaves down in here, which you can just color in with the light green and add a little dark green too. Put one there. Okay. Then we will bring in the medium tone, which is the chromium green opaque. And we will go over a little bit of that and bring it down into the darker area. So how is everybody today? I hope you're all well. Okay, let me just keep going down here. I want to stay in focus today, or at least in camera. Did a bad job yesterday, sorry about that. Then on these, we're just going to bring a little of that. Also going to go over this line and make sure that looks green. It's kind of a gray line right now, and we want to give it a little green color. Okay, we'll do that on this one too. Alright, then we're going to go in with our darkest color, which is our chrome oxide green. Okay, we're going to go up that little, I don't know, maybe I have to get you down a little closer to see that. Put you on that side. Okay, on these little ones, we're going to go up the vein here, go down to where the branch is, bring that color up, and then if we have a line, we can bring that down, go over these lines. And just darken it. Okay, then on these, let's see, I did this one down here, so we'll go around that one. We're going to attach those two here. We need to get some light in that one. And I'll have to figure out those later. I drew them in, so we'll figure those out. Okay, go back up here. Okay, and I'll go back over these with the light green. Actually get some light green in there. We'll have to figure that one out later. Because it goes in into the tree here. Okay. So that's how the leaves will get done. We have a lot of them up here, so okay. So we just work around. I think this is dry enough for me to put my moon in there. And I thought I would put it right about there. And I'm going to use, oh, what did I have out yesterday? I had a really pretty color. It was Moonstone or something. Let's see. Yeah, Moonstone, and it's a LightFast. And I think I'm going to use this big circle here, maybe just behind the houses, coming up or going down. I want it right about here, I think. So I'm just going to take the pencil and go around here. Okay, and that's where our moon is going to come out of. Do we like that? Should it come out further? So the nice thing about this is I can always paint over it if I don't like where I put it. Maybe it should be up here further. Let's see. If I put it up here. Oh, that would, I like that better. Okay. So we'll just take our paintbrush and paint over this lower one. Oh, I gotta take off the lid here. So this is the smaller paintbrush that I use. And we'll just brush it right out. Go over the area we want covered. And just smooth it out all the way to nothingness. Yeah, I like that moon up there better. Okay, now that we have our moon here, we get to give it some color. Oh, I don't know if it would go. Double check. Yeah, it's going to go all behind the house. So, with the same color here, we're going to give it a planet-like look to bring some of that in. Kind of make some craters. Then we want to get it a little lighter, glowy kind of look. So we're going to bring in some white. Oops, I think we went out of the circle a little bit, so I'm going to have to widen our circle a little bit, which is okay. Maybe not quite that much. There we go. Okay, then we'll get out kind of a bluish color. I know we have a white blue in this set. Yep, Arctic, and I'm going to sharpen it. I did have a question about my pencil sharpener too, which is a dull 133. And they wanted to see it, so I'm going to lift the camera up for a minute. There it is. is just a crank pencil sharpener. Back here is a knob, and you can loosen or tighten it to get a sharper point on your pencil. It has a little button here that opens the mouth and holds your pencil in while it sharpens. And then, of course, the place down here where all the little tidbits go. Okay, back to our little moon here. Okay, this has got a blue tint, so I'm going to go in with that. There we go, and then we will bring in some black. And a little bit of Prismo white if I can find that. Go. Make sure it doesn't have any color in it. Then we will add a little yellow into it. Let's see, not bright yellow, I want a creamy, buttery yellow. About champagne. Is that going to give me any color at all? Can't tell. Doesn't really look like it. Let's see. There we go. This is a yellow ochre. Giving it kind of a yellow tone. We're going to get the blender. We are coloring with a pencil on top of the acrylic paint. So we might want to blend that just a little bit better because the acrylic paint has got a lot of tooth to it. Just get those mixed up a little better. I'll kind of go outside of it a little bit because we are going to have a little bit of a glow going on out here. So I want to see that. Okay, there we are. You can still go on top of that and color any color you want on it. This is the Arctic. Okay, moon. If you want to make it stand out a little further, you could put black around there. I would put the LightFast black actually works really nice just to accent a couple pieces of that on the outside. There we go. Close enough to a moon. You can throw some gray in there too if you want. could play forever with this. Anyway, let's get one of these flowers going, shall we? Got the 4 colors for that. We're going to start in with the red violet. We're going to pick a petal here. Kind of go up one side here on this one. Okay, then we're going to go in with the medium flesh. Bring that out a little bit. And then go in with the light one, the light flesh. Then we're going to go back in with the darker colors. So the red violet. Okay, hopefully I got everybody. Then I'm going to go in with the Caput Mortium. And we're just going to really darken this area here in between the plants. Just go around the edges there. And darken those. Go up the sides of the petal. And there we go, one flower done. And we're going to do that on flowers. And there are lots of them. So we'll do one more and then I'll finish the rest of those off camera. We'll move on to something other than all of these little flowers. These are going to take some time. I guess I could do that centerpiece too. It's not anything special there. You could do these as cactus too. They got kind of petals that would work for that if you wanted to do them all in green. Might be pretty. Okay, we'll do those 2 flowers. Back in with the original dark color. Which is your red violet. Okay, and then go put in some put mortem and go around the petals. I'll go around the petals first. Oops. Just make that a darker petal. And there we go. We're also going to bring a little bit of that down into the brick down here. So we're going to just start with some of the caput mortem And we're just going to, pick a couple of bricks here to put that color in. Just kind of in a haphazard pattern. One more up here. I guess that's part of the brick too. I don't know if we're going to do those in gray or red, but we'll have a little bit of red in it. And let's see, where else can I put a little of this? Put a little of it in the apple. And maybe in this one. There we go. And I said I was going to put some in the blanket. So let's get a little in the blanket here. We have the same kind of rose pattern down here, so I'm going to put some in the diamond shape here. This is just the caput mortuum. Okay, then we'll put some on this side. And we'll trace around these. Add one up there. Okay, then we're going to come in with the red violet. Medium flash. And then the light flash. And I should have done those up there. Could put mortem. And we'll darken these too. All right. The violet. Medium flesh. Light flesh. I'm going to go backwards on these. It's not quite blended as nice as I want. I'm going to sharpen this one, get a better point on it. Sorry. Been kind of quiet. Go over all these little gray lines. Okay. Put these little dots on this cup. I think they'd match nicely. I'm gonna go around them in the red violet. This is just a medium. Flesh in there. Add just a tiny bit of the caput mortem. Then of course we have grapes coming down here. We could do them as red grapes. Why not? So we will go around those. Give them a light coloring there. Make a couple darker. Couple brighter. And then we give it a leaf here too. There we go. Okay. Yeah, well, we could do these leaves up here too. What I'm going to do is go ahead and finish up the leaves and the flowers off camera. Do we have more than these? Just a little apple leaves. And then I'm going to come back and we'll do the land, the water, I think. Maybe we can get some of the water done. Maybe that's fruit bowl, I don't know. Oops, I'm going to turn that leaf a little. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to turn off the camera, finish the little flowers up here, the leaves that go across here, all the little leaves that are inside of here, so then we can do the outside of the circle too. Maybe some of the land and maybe this brick, and then part 3 we'll do the rest of it. So hold on a bit. Okay guys, we are done with all the flowers and all the little leaves around here and all the little bits inside here. Moon's driving me a little nuts, so I'm taking out some white and black paint. I'm going to put it on a little pad here, not too terribly much. I'm going to brighten the moon up because the bushes are so bright. I want the moon to stand out a little bit. Hopefully we can get some black paint out here. Come on, I need a little dot. Sorry, my paint's a little low. It's not like I run to the grocery store very often. Okay, so I've got my little sponge here that I had. I did the sponge work on the trees yesterday. We're just gonna make it a nice little circle again. And we're going to lay down this so I don't get it everywhere in the world. I'm going to make sure I get a lot of white on the sponge, so I'm just, if we can get this up here a little closer, I'm dipping it in and then dotting it off, and then I'm going to pick up just a tiny bit of black so we get kind of this gray. Don't want it that. There we go, like that. And we're just gonna dip it in here and try not to hit the houses. Then if we want a little bit of darker color, we just dab into the black, add it in there. If we want a brighter color around the edges, just pick some up and dab it in there. And then lift this up gently. And then our moon is a little brighter, and that makes me a little happier. Because this is matte acrylic paint, other than the fact that it has to dry, you can also go back in with pencil if you wanted to. Just going to try to soften that little blob there, and add any details or correct any sponging that you did in case you wanted this a little softer. You can just pull it around a little bit. The tip of a pencil. Well, it's wet. Okay, then we're going to let that dry. Like I said, after it's dry, you can go in with a pencil and add any color you want to with it. And let's see. That took a lot out of me to do that. This is tiny work. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this edge here. We're going to take out a brown tone. What do we have? A burnt ochre. I'm going to sharpen that. Okay, and then we want a like cream. Oh dear. Pencil cases. And we have just what I call cream. Nope, ivory. So we'll get that sharpened too. Nope, that's not sharp enough. There we go. Okay. So on the edge here, we'll get you down a little. We're going to go around the edge with the brown ochre. Okay. Kind of bring it up very softly. And that's not quite halfway, so it's like a fourth. We're going to do the same on this side. We're doing this very lightly. Okay, then we're going to take our ivory, very carefully pull that up to the center. Okay, so we're just kind of making it a roundish area here. Keeping the center ivory. Lovely. We want to keep it nice and light in the center here. So I'll just go up here and get that all colored in the center so our brown cannot darken this area up. I have to be kind of careful because I traced all those with the green pencil when I did that. So if you're doing this, you probably should do this part first and then go over it with the green so you don't get any green smudgies like I'm hoping I'm not going to get. I think I got up that far. Anyway, so that's how that's going to look. I may bring in one darker brown just to get that edge even darker and get it to blend in with this black. So this is walnut, so that I can just run it right around that edge on both sides like that. Okay, so I'm going to finish that up all the way around and show you what it looks like at the end, and I'm going to call it, and then we will do a part 3 tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So I'll talk to you later. Bye now.